Namaste. Welcome to your Wednesday, August 4th yoga practice. Today we have worked our way through the chakras up to the ajna, the third eye. The color associated with your ajna chakra is indigo. I'm wearing one of Eric's brother's super cool tie-dye shirts. He's a really talented tie-dye artist. So the third eye, or ajna, is in the center of your forehead. It's basically the pineal gland. The note associated with it is A. It's related to perception and spirituality. Psychic ability or clairvoyance for some people, intuition, imagination, higher comprehension. So maybe not taking things literally, but taking them at a higher level. Also, I'm leaning on Anadia Judith's Chakra Yoga book that was part of my training. The element associated with the ajna is light. Principles include luminescence and illumination. Its purpose is insight, guidance, and wisdom. So a mantra we can use is, I am wise. I trust my intuition. Practices for developing the ajna include quieting the mind and focusing the gaze. So when we pick a drishti to focus on in our yoga practice. Masculine qualities are illumination, revelation, penetrating insight and vision, and feminine qualities include beauty, intuition, radiance, and perception. Those deficient in their third eye will experience denial, cynicism, and closed-mindedness. Those excessive will experience delusion and hallucination. However, if you're balanced, you'll have clarity, vision, and wisdom. We're gonna call it wisdom. I made a promise to stop restarting these because I may never make it to Georgia for the meditation retreat if I keep restarting every time I fumble my words. You all know me by now. Let's sit tall. Arrive in your seat. Today we'll chant our Om on the A note. Nope. Hands together in front of heart center. Maybe you roll your eyes up to gaze into your third eye. Inhale deeply. Release your hands to your knees. Sitting tall, we'll do eye exercises. So you can do this with your eyes gently opened, or if it's more comfortable, you can close your eyes. So look straight up and look straight down. Keep your shoulders over your hips, look up. Relax your jaw, look down. Look back to neutral and then look over to your left. As far as you can go, right to those black edges of your peripheral vision. And look all the way through the middle over to your right as far as you can go. Notice if tension is creeping into your face, jaw, neck, shoulders. Try to let it go. Back through neutral all the way over to your left. Stretching some understretched muscles here. Back through neutral over to your right. Look to neutral, look up to your top left corner. Draw a diagonal all the way down to your bottom right corner. Back up to the top left. And bottom right. Look to the top right. And bottom left. Top right. Bottom left. Return to neutral, maybe take a little head shake, shake out your shoulders. I'm always surprised how much tension sneaks in while I'm just trying to move my eyes. All right, sitting tall, breathe deeply, look straight up and begin to slowly draw clockwise circles around that dark outer edge of your vision. Move slowly and breathe deeply. Another cycle or two. And switch directions. Try to only move your eyeballs. Notice if it's difficult or easy or both. Notice if your face insists on getting involved. Try to relax it. Another cycle or two. Return to neutral eyes. Close your eyes. Rub your hands together. Generate some heat in your palms. And then place your palms over your eyes. With eyes closed, just notice what you see. You know, I used to be like, well, duh, it's blackness. But is it really? Release your hands. Open your arms out wide. Lift your chest. Maybe drop your head back. Exhale, give yourself a hug, stacking one arm on top of the other. Hands on shoulders. Notice if your elbows drop onto your chest, lift them up, arms parallel to the earth. You can stay here. Plug your shoulders back into the sockets. I'll demonstrate. There might be a tendency that they're pulling forward. Plug them back. Peel your hands off of your shoulders. Maybe your forearms come together. Maybe you're able to interlace your hands, bringing one hand's fingertips into the other hand's palms. Keep lifting your elbows. Draw your hands away from your forehead. Maybe you open up the thumb of the hand closest to your forehead and press the thumb right into your third eye. You can keep your eyes open or closed here. If you close your eyes, let's lift that internal gaze to the ajna. If this isn't working for your shoulders, of course, you can keep your hands on your shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, unwind, open up. Inhale here. Exhale, give yourself a hug with the other arm on top. Again, exploring Garudasana, eagle arms. You can keep your arms stacked as they are. Notice if the shoulders or if the elbows dropped onto the chest, lift them up. Keep sitting tall. Plug the shoulders into the socket and peel the hands off of the shoulders, bringing forearms towards each other. Maybe you're able to loop your hand around your wrist, placing fingertips in palm. Maybe you're able to release a thumb and press it to the center of your forehead. With eyes closed, you can roll your internal gaze into the pineal gland, the ajna, the third eye. Breathe. Keep lifting your elbows. This time, inhale, open up wide. And exhale, relax your arms down. Maybe take some shoulder rolls if your shoulders are feeling that. And make your way into tabletop. Hi, Toby. In tabletop, take a round or two in cow and cat. And after you've done just a cycle or two, saying hello to the spine, walk your hands forward. Find Anahatasana, heart-melting pose. Bring your forehead to the earth. Keep your hips high. Melt your heart towards your thighs. With forehead meeting mat, let's rock our heads side to side. And slowly press yourself up. Return to tabletop. Lower to your forearms. Option to hold a block between your hands like this. I know I've taught it like that in the past. You can keep doing that. Or today we're going to explore dolphin pose. Today maybe you clasp your hands. You can either interlace your fingers or make a fist with one hand, wrap the other hand around it. Elbows stay directly under your shoulders. There's a tendency that they splay out. Don't do it. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale deeply. Engage your core. Exhale, start to straighten your legs any amount. Push the ground away and overhead. Heart melting back towards your thighs. And walk your feet forward any amount. Dolphin pose. Bend in the knees is always welcome. You might sway your hips a little. Taking inventory here, noticing how you feel. Push the ground away. Hollowness in the armpits. Really, we can think of that as the action I've been talking about of the shoulders sliding up towards the ears because our arms are overhead. So pushing the ground away gives us that. Let the head and neck hang heavy. One more breath. Exhale, lower your knees. Lower yourself into child's pose. Arms back by your side. Give your shoulders a break. Once again, we might find ourselves with that third eye on the mat. If it doesn't meet, then maybe you bring a block under your head so you can get that grounding sensation of the center of your forehead connected to the ground. Breathe. Another cycle of breath. This third eye for spiritual or religious or particularly spiritual folks, you might be feeling this is your connection to source. Reach your arms up overhead, once again preparing for dolphin pose. Elbows stay under your shoulders, rise up, tuck your toes, send your hips high. Breathe deeply. Maybe this time you walk your feet a little closer towards your torso. Keep pushing the ground away. Maybe you bring one leg up overhead. You can bend your knee and then extend the leg. And if you try it on one side, we'll try it on the other as well. And lower the foot down if you explored that. Drop to your knees. Plant your hands in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. Maybe you sway your hips. On an inhale and downward facing dog, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold, hang heavy. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms out and up. And exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold down. Take a flow, step your right foot back in space. High runner's lunge. You can keep that right knee lifted or lower it. You can keep your hands on the earth or blocks or lift your torso. If you feel steady here, you might gaze up, maybe close your eyes and look towards that third eye point. Connection to divinity, to God or source, nature, all things. Inhale. If you close your eyes, open them gently. Exhale your hands to the earth. Step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees, lower your torso. Smoosh your tail. Point your toes back. Inhale, lift your heart. Cobra or baby cobra. One more breath like this. Exhale, tuck your toes, push yourself up through plank. Find downward facing dog. You can stay in downward facing dog or lower to your forearms, finding dolphin. If you go for dolphin, hug your biceps in towards your ears. Elbows under shoulders. You might walk your feet forward. You might explore lifting a leg, lifting the other leg. Another breath wherever you're going. If you're in dolphin, plant your hands, find down dog. Inhale your right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Look forward. Find your high lunge. Option to lower your left knee or keep it lifted. Option to keep your hands on the earth or to lift your torso. If you find steadiness, perhaps you soften your gaze looking towards Ajna, third eye. It's very challenging finding balance with eyes closed. Proprioception is our knowledge of where our body is in space. One more inhale. Exhale your hands to the earth and step yourself forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms out and up. And exhale your hands to your heart. Stand tall in mountain pose. You're welcome to completely skip the leg portion. We're going to explore Garudasana, eagle pose. And if finding balance with the legs isn't working today, you can let it go, or you can move to a wall, lean up against a wall to achieve this. All right? So start to carry the weight into your left leg. Floating the right foot off of the ground, maybe put a soft bend in the left leg. Lift the right leg and stack it over the left. Maybe you can hook your right foot behind your left calf. Maybe this is too deep or just simply doesn't work for your legs. You can also cross your right foot right in front of the left ankle. Make a little kickstand there. Wherever you're going with it, settle in with the lower half. Open your arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Right arm on bottom. Keeping your core engaged will help you find balance. If you are hugging yourself, let's peel our hands off of our shoulders. Bringing forearms together. Maybe interlacing your right fingers into the left palm. Maybe you can sit a little lower in your lower body. Maybe you release the thumb of your right hand, pressing it right there into the ajna. You can look up. Breathe, do the best you can with it. No big deal if we fall out. We can get back up, resituate. One or two more steady cycles of breath. Notice what happens to the mind if you fall out. Are you making it a big deal, or are you just allowing it to be? Who says it has to be perfect? Breathe deeply and slowly begin to unwind. Stand for a moment. Notice where you might be feeling flush of sensation. And start to carry the weight onto your right leg. Left leg floats off of the earth. Maybe you just cross that left ankle over the right. Little kickstand. Maybe you bend your right knee, picking up and crossing the left leg over it. That's enough. Or maybe you're able to hook your left foot behind your right calf. Squeeze the legs together, sink the hips back, try to keep the hips neutral. Open your arms out wide, inhale. Exhale, hug yourself, left arm on bottom. Stay here or peel those hands off of your shoulders. Bring forearms together, maybe bring the left hand inside of the right hand. Right fingers point to the sky, left thumb to the forehead. Breathe. Core engaged, supporting us. Several steady cycles of breath. Do with it what you will. Keep lifting your elbows. Keep drawing your navel towards the spine. Keep hugging legs and arms together. Relax your jaw. Breathe deeply and slowly unwind. Stand in mountain pose. Feel what you can feel. Another breath here. Maybe bring your hands over your heart. Perhaps your heart rate is thumping. On an inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge forward, taking a half flow. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down on your feet to rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Fold forward, plant your hands, exploring Bakasana, crane or crow pose. Lots of conversations about what this one is. Bend your elbows, biceps point forward. Come up on your toes and press your knees into your upper arms as close to your armpits as you can get. Claw the mat with your fingertips and start to bring the weight into your hands. Maybe you stay here. That's usually where I stay. Keep breathing. Maybe you lift one foot off of the ground. Press the earth away with your hands. Maybe you lift the other foot off of the ground. Maybe you just alternate. Look a foot or so in front of you. Core engaged. Breathe. Play with it. Maybe you're catching some air. Shoulders are not up by your ears. Another few breaths. And when you're ready, return to forward fold, clasp opposite elbows, hang heavy. Some days things come to us easily, some days not at all. We never know if we don't try. Inhale, root down to rise up, reaching out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart and by your sides, and let's shake it out a little. We're going to explore Bakasana, crane or crow pose. It's crow with the hands, the arms bent. Crane once we get to the point that we can push up with arms straight. Option to bring a little perch. Makes me think of a chicken. In which case we can stand on a block. Bring your hands back to the earth. The block is optional. You do not have to do this. Come up onto the balls of your feet on the block. Plant your hands. Really grip with your fingertips. Put a little bend in your elbows. Elbows point back. Come knees press into the upper arms. Breathe here. Carry the weight forward. Look forward a foot or so. And maybe you're able to float one or both feet off of the ground from here. Breathe wherever you're going. The more you engage your core, the less your knees will slip. About 3 more breaths of playing. When you're ready, set your feet down outside of the block if you used it. Rise up with an inhale. Shake it out. Bravo. Make your way to sit on your hips. Sitting really tall here, one more core bit. Lean back. You can hold on to your legs or let them go. Slowly, slowly. Make your way onto your back. Open your arms out, kick your feet to the sky. Maybe you walk on the clouds. Maybe you're really feeling your heart rate here. Taking it from hard work to laying on the ground. Notice, breathe. Allow your heart rate to adjust. Knees in towards your chest, inhale, and exhale your legs off to the left. Looking straight up or over to the right. You can close your eyes and look at that center forehead spot, pineal gland. Breathe deeply, come back to center, and exhale, legs off to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder or up to the sky. Breathe deeply. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, send your legs out long. Find Shavasana, corpse pose. Again, option here to keep your eyes rotating upwards towards the center of your skull. Let everything be heavy. Let it be easy here. Rest completely in Shavasana. You might say to yourself, I am wise. I have innate wisdom. I trust my intuition. Deepen your breath. Take your time inviting movement back into your body. Slowly make your way back to an easy seated posture as we transition into the meditation portion of this Wednesday practice. As you arrive, sit comfortably, shoulders over hips, resting your hands in a way that is grounding, calming, maybe hands on your thighs, maybe placing the right hand in the left palm, palms up. You can bring the thumbs together if you choose that. Maybe Jnana Mudra, index finger and thumb together. Breathe. Allow your awareness to settle on the sensation of your breath coming and going. If possible, breathe in through your nostrils. noticing the breath. Notice if your mind is trying to flutter to other things, and just keep returning. Without judging it, maybe you can notice the texture of your breath. If it's smooth, if it's bumpy. There's no right or wrong. So pranayama, these breathing exercises, is really the control of the movement of prana, which as humans here we experience as our breathing. Always remember that the mind and the prana, the life force, have very close connections. The great South Indian saint Rumula said, "Where the mind goes, the prana follows." We see that in our daily life. If your mind is agitated, your breathing will be heavily, or perhaps you'll hold it completely. Often after deep thinking, you sigh heavily or take a deep breath. After deep thinking, and we catch ourselves with that sigh or big inhale, it's proving that the mind is concentrated and has made the breath still or stop. And this is called kevala kumbhaka, the automatic retention of breath without your effort. Some people who go into deep meditation will experience this. So in the reverse way, if you regulate the prana, the life force, breath, you regulate the mind automatically. So when you're agitated, worried, or puzzled, take a few deep breaths. Put your entire mind and focus on the breath. Suppose you're getting into a fit of anger. Take a few deep breaths. Watch the breath. The anger will go away. Whatever be the agitation in the mind, regulating the breath will help. Patanjali, the author or authors of these Yoga Sutras, says that as a result of pranayama, breathing exercises, breath control, the veil over the inner light is destroyed. Prakasha, the light within, is covered by a veil of mental darkness. What is the best way to remove a veil? By pulling the threads out one by one until it exists no more. Keep following your breath as I read from the sutras. The mind is a veil woven of thoughts. It has no substance by itself. If we pull the thoughts out one after the other, when they have all been removed, there is no mind left. It's like a heap of sugar. If If we remove each grain of sugar one after the other, the heap no longer exists. In fact, the name heap is absurd, because in reality, no heap exists. It's only sugar. Wood, arranged in various ways, gets called different things. A chair, a table, a bench, firewood. Different appearances get different names. But it is only the appearance that changes. The basis can never be destroyed. Our basis is the self. As long as we identify with the body or the mind, we feel we are mortal. Pranayama indirectly helps us understand the oneness, the never-changing one, because it removes the veil. And it's an easy practice. Follow your breath. Notice if you're feeling discomfort or agitation in the body or the mind. Practice shifting your awareness away from that into the beautiful flow of your breath. Inhaling to exhaling, experiencing the constant dance of opposites. Ha, tha, sun and moon. Prana, apana, upward and downward. Inhaling, exhaling. Yin and yang, opposites in balance. Soften your face, your neck and shoulders. If you'd like to, you can start to extend your exhales longer than your inhales. This signals to your nervous system to calm. Locating your gaze back up to the ajna, pineal gland, between your forehead, eyebrows. Keep breathing. down through your seat. Lift through your crown. As your shoulder blades slide down your back, you can draw them together like they're gently nudging your heart forward and up. Slowly release meditation. Draw your hands together in front of heart space. Inhale deeply for one long Om on the A note.